Hello everyone, this is Ninja DC joining again for another podcast video. Slightly delayed, but we had a whole bunch of stuff last week, so I just decided to push it back a week. Pretty much most of us were busy and out of the house, which is good at this time of year. But joining me again is, oh gosh, I can't do random order anymore. It's all square. Eeny, meeny, miny, Carlos.
Same idea there.
This is Gun Melagator here, your brand new commentating sports announcer here. Just telling you all to chill, sit back, relax, and now I realize I have 3 videos that I need to make, literally. God dang it, I literally subscribed myself to making 3 videos now. What has happened to me?
He's a bit traumatized, if you can't tell.
It's good to have work.
Yes.
All right, and next up, I guess second up is Second Day.
Oh.
Second day, second opinion here. We're just getting back on our feet. Hey, after being knocked off both pairs of them quite a bit. Hey. Yeah, boy, is that a story. And totally G-rated, believe it or not. But okay. Maybe we'll have time to tell you about it. So you can be bored to tears.
Yay!
All right, and next up, Jen.
I may be first, I may be last, I may be having some second breakfast here, but I am first and always Jen. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Jen.
Hello. Hello, governors.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Cleveland.
Cleveland!
Even though we're nowhere near Cleveland.
All right.
Hello, Cleveland. What can I think
right.
nice to say about Cleveland? I have to go all the way back to the Drew Carey show.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. That's the one thing you say nice about Cleveland. There you go.
All this energy calling me back where it comes from.
Yeah.
Such a crude attitude. Back where it belongs. All the little kids growing up on the skids go. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Jumping Gene Moon and James Dean. He's going. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland.
Woohoo!
I actually watched a whole bunch of that show when I was a kid.
Same. It's like, the shows that your parents just kind of always had on and you may never know why.
True.
Was it good? Question mark. I looked it up and it seemed kind of like, the soap opera that kept forgetting it was a comedy that people laughed at.
Or the soap opera that has the dumbest storylines, and that had the nerve to revisit one of the dumbest ones it did yet. Okay,
well, I guess that answers that question then.
Not
because it was good.
And the crazy thing is, they still have fans even after the first time they did this stupid storyline.
Yeah, the thing is that is so impressive is just the amount of content there is for some of these long ongoing soap operas. Like some of them are like decades long. Oh god. And there's like no DVD sets and all that just because there's like hundreds of episodes and all that. It's just
There
like
they probably never will be.
Some of them like in terms of like spin-off series and all like have their roots in shows are like 30 years old and all that. It's like, dear.
Oh, good. I heard about one that managed to keep the same actor on the show for 50 years. Somebody who was at one point some of the main characters and couldn't possibly be for the latter point, but still managed to keep her on the show in some capacity. She was even the character who said the very first line in all the show, good morning, dearie. So and then it occurred to them like, hey, wouldn't it be an awesome bookend if the final line from her was good night, dearie?
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, because we're probably going to end soon-ish, 50 plus years, and they managed to screw that up. They managed to let her die before they, ended the darn thing. Like, I guess their fan base was just clinging on that loyally. They couldn't even, record her saying it or something, so. Hey. Like, the first time a soap opera ever would have done anything cool, and you managed to mess it up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oi. But
Sometimes
I'm
I
from
wonder how.
Pittsburgh. I am like under contract to not think Cleveland rocks. Sorry.
Don't feel bad.
That's what you
Yeah,
have me for. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland. Oh, I'm just kidding.
You're in Pittsburgh right now. It's the contract you signed to come here. You don't like Cleveland.
That's
Maybe you don't
Oh,
hate
yeah.
Cleveland now that the Browns are just like even making us sad. But
The Browns have always made Cincy. They've always gotten under Cincy's skin because the Cincy skin. But the thing I was telling Brandon earlier, I was like, Brandon was telling me like one of the people they got just drafted recently, and I was like, great. Oh, I was like, oh, well, we can throw it in their face, like, well, we got to the Super Bowl, and the Browns would be like, you still lost,
Yeah.
and then cue the epic bar brawl.
oh,
Yeah.
just about.
Cue the epic bar brawl, and cue the person in the corner be like, well, you knew this was gonna happen.
Or not this again.
And here's me making sure I've got my beer or my cocktail, and I'm hiding under the table with a helmet on.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, this is entertaining, sort of. This cocktail's the best.
But yeah, Cleveland's one of those cities that have not really aged well. Because if you were to look back in before the 50s and like before World War II, Metropolis was actually more based on Cleveland than New York or anything
really?
else. Yeah, because the authors were originally from that area, and because Cleveland was booming because of basically the sister city of Detroit, pretty much.
I always thought it was New York. It was based around.
Yeah, no, that's more. Gotham has always been based around New York.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
that's true. Yeah.
It's literally they got the name for the city by flipping through like a catalog and finding it in a Gotham like jewelry store. It's like, oh, this city.
Wow.
Yeah. Wonder if they sell pearls.
I know the reference. Well, what you did there, clever. Clever girl.
So back to the topic at hand.
Let's going up. Who wants to go first? What we've been up to?
Can I go first?
I definitely want to. You want to go first, Jen? Sorry.
Okay. Just want to say first that I just saw Turning Red, and oh my god, it's so cute.
Cute?
Oh my god, it's so cute.
I have to agree.
Oh my god, it's so cute. I want a red panda right freaking now. I want a red panda right now.
Day and I still have to get to that one.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately,
it's so
they're
good.
an endangered species.
We
still need Encanto. We still need
and the cool part
Jen, Jen, if there is something to make you happier, there is going to be another season of Agretzko.
Yes!
I can get my red panda thing.
That's my spirit animal.
I forgot. I forgot. The main character of Agretzko is a red panda. I was like,
yes.
My goodness.
And don't forget about the first popular red panda character, Master Shifu.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's Kung Fu Panda. Wait a minute, he's a red panda, but why?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
But why is his fur white?
Probably because of old age.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Different coloring.
I did not think that was possible. Huh. Okay, see,
Mm-hmm.
shows that I know.
Maybe he's a albino one.
For some reason, that could be another. He could be an albino. Who knows? The one thing, for some reason, I thought Shifu was a wombat. I don't know why. I don't make sense sometimes. A lot. Every day. But I did not know that Shifu was a red panda. But okay, fair enough. But either way, I saw Turning Red. It's supposed to be streaming on Friday, so we found a way in the house to actually watch it on another streaming service. So my mom and we watched it together, and we absolutely loved it. My mom's 73 years old, and she's like, and she doesn't like a lot of. She's not an animation nut like myself, right? But the crazy thing is, I'm just getting her into superhero movies. So now I just got to get her to animated stuff. But we both watched Turning Red, and we absolutely we both absolutely loved it. We're now making plans to see Encanto next. But yeah, we absolutely love Turning Red. It is so freaking cute. It's so cute. It's so adorable, and I just love all the. And one of the things that my mom absolutely loved it, and I did, is like everything is so, the expressions are so good. The expressions are so good, especially with, the only problem was I didn't remember the names of all May's friends, but the one who I think is supposed to be Latino, I don't know. The one, I liked her expressions the best. For some reason, I almost thought I was looking at myself because of like some of the expressions she makes. So it was really, it's really cool. And and some of the themes of family and such, and it's just so good. As a matter of fact, this is like the first, I don't remember, is Turning Red Pixar, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moana is not Pixar, correct? Is it?
No, Moana is not Pixar.
Is Disney.
Disney, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, like I always said, like if it came down to Moana versus Frozen, I've watched Moana more than Frozen, but I can definitely say Pixar with this one. This is the first Pixar film that I can definitely watch over and over and over again and still love it. And yeah, this is the first Pixar thing that I was like, okay, I wanted to see it from just seeing the previews. I saw it, I'm in love with it, and I want to watch it again.
Oh, that's nice. Have you seen Luca yet? Luca?
No, I have not seen Luca yet. I should see Luca. I should see Luca. I have just not seen it yet. I think I should see Luca. Just just to be fair.
So, yeah, as for me, the reason why I was majorly hyped up about this movie, aside from the whole furry red panda transformation stuff,
God, adorable.
it was 2002 base. And the
That's
main
right.
plot focused around a boy band. Guess what type of person I was back in the day?
You were a boy band.
No, I was a younger brother to a older teenage girl sister who was into this stuff. So I heard the songs over and over again. All the Backstreets, all the NSYNC. Do you now understand my pain? I had to
Slam dunk the funk. I put it up if you got that. Yeah, my sister and I, we saw.
Girl.
Yeah, my sister and I saw that show on Disney, the Behind the Music, where they would document all the new boy band, all the new tween bands. And the first one we saw was the one that they made two bands share. They made Bewitched, who are basically the Irish Spice Girls, and Five, who are basically the male Spice Girls, share an episode. And my sister and I watched that. This was our first exposure to those bands, and we learned how to boy band wrong. We got the wrong idea. We thought it was another boys versus girls thing, so we instantly began butting heads right on cue about whether Bewitched or Five was better.
Oh, nice.
They were both bad.
Yes.
Five. I would have been in the Five camp if it came down to Bewitched versus Five.
Sure.
I would have been in the Five camp.
That reminds me that. Yeah, that reminds me. Like, have you seen that King of the Hill episode where Bobby gets into boy bands?
Yes.
And Hank starts to like the music too, and he doesn't realize what it is until he goes to a concert and sees it, and freaks the heck out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's funny. Actually, I mean, I taught myself to like Five. It's pretty hard to unteach myself. I mean, I'm going to hope that some more objective source would say the 2 or 3 songs I remember being fun are actually, not terrible when subjected to people with taste in music.
Well, Five was harmless. Five was just Five, you know.
I mean,
harmless.
They have a song that the NBA made their NBA jam. That's got to count for something.
Slam Dunk the Funk.
Yeah, it has slam dunking in the title.
Hey,
actually, though,
you know what? It works.
The one that that Turning Red used for its trailer of the Backstreet Boys with their larger than life. Like, I really might appreciate that song a little more now because, like, okay, yeah, the generic boy band pandering, like, hey, girl with no name because it's supposed to be who's ever listening to this song.
Mm-hmm.
You're the sweetest and the shyest and the cutest and we love ya. And, like, larger than life is about how, okay, hey, like, not any of you, but all of you collective fans at once have given us a level of love and support that is so unreal
and that
awesome.
Makes you larger than life.
Yeah, alters our very reality.
Yep.
Yeah, therefore, yeah, our praise back to you is that you are larger than life, and we mean that literally.
Hey, it works. It totally works, and I'll admit, I still bob my head to that song. I ain't lying. I have no shame in this
And I still
game.
love that cheesy futuristic video too.
I love it too. I love the effects.
Yeah, the robot dancing.
Yes.
Video
back in when music videos were still on MTV.
Yeah.
The unofficial lead singer guy who, like, flying around on his board with yes, I forget where I found this out, but yeah, he admitted that he felt goofy as hell trying to look cool on the thing, and he made the right choice. He picked option A. Yeah, smile and make it look like you're having a great time because you're some extreme sports guy, not scowl and make it look like you're trying to make it look like you're super macho because that would have failed, not I don't know, try to make it look like you're the captain being so important and official and stuff. Like, yeah, he has that big doofy smile on his face, like this is out of this world, and he makes it look fun and mission accomplished.
Hey, you're doing a job. You're doing a job. You know, you gotta sell it.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the right idea with the editing, like, yeah, for the part where the jam is reaching its high point, like cutaway to all the special effects shot like a new one every 2 seconds to make it look like they're all like jamming in synchronicity when in fact you don't have to linger too long on any one set of cheesy special effects to do that, to make it go on too long and start actually looking silly.
Right.
So there you have it. We've been up to larger than life.
Yes.
We're up to larger than life. And nowadays the one leading the boy band charge, BTS.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Koreans got
They figured it out. They figured it out.
They know what we want, yeah.
Exactly.
I, for one, welcome our new Korean overlords. Unless they're from the north.
We joke. I mean, we joke, but if you're really looking at the industry, they really are like scientifically engineering what is the best boy band.
And I gotta say, with some of these, I've seen a lot of not just the boy bands, but also the girl groups. But the moves that they do, and such, they're so good. They are so good, and the only problem is their industry over there is frightening.
Horrible.
It's ruthless. It is frightening over there.
That's why they're so good, Jen. They're being like.
Yep. That's why they're so good.
To perfection.
That is true. That's literal. I now believe they could be genetically made in a lab.
And like.
You know what? And then here I am, would be like kind of looking over at the guys. I'm like, oh wow, he's so flawless. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what? Like you were.
They're all clones, Jen. They're all clones of each other. No, I'm just kidding.
This is not the Gravity Falls episode of several times. Do not bring back the past.
You know what? That is the way. You know what? That is the true way one can conquer the world. With beautiful boys and girls who know how to sing and dance.
Mm-hmm.
At first I thought it was an army of Deadpools. Then I thought it was an army of Pikachus. And then I used to think it was an army of red pandas. Now it's an army of K-pop girl and boy groups.
Yeah, no, the K-pop girls is going to be enough, I think.
I used to think it would be an army of kittens or an army of tigers.
Oh, kittens would be amazing too.
I would be like,
Turning Red and Pixar and Disney are going to conquer the world. What else we got?
as long as I get my.
I definitely have something on the video game side of news based on well, didn't we talk about Nintendo Direct in the last podcast, right?
Yeah. It was about Pokemon. You can wait till the actual news.
No, I was talking about the PlayStation one.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the PlayStation one because there's a specific game that's gonna be remastered from 10 years ago.
Ooh.
That game being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battles.
Oh my gosh.
And it's going to feature anime-accurate color palettes for the main characters. And the voice actors for these anime characters are all going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, Billy commits. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm talking about for the Japanese. I'm not talking about for the English sub. I don't know what's going to
Not interested. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, no.
No, but seriously, this is insane. Now being able to hear all these voice actors actually performing parts 1 to 6. We don't have any news for part 7 voice actors yet because that hasn't been animated yet.
That's okay. That's cool. I still need to see Stone Ocean. Jeez.
Oh god.
Stone Ocean.
Part two is gonna come out soon for Stone Ocean, and it's just gonna be just trust me on this. The first episode is just gonna be what? And is this Gunmetal's favorite stand?
Oh my goodness! I need and also the fact. Okay, Dave. Stone Ocean is the first ever of the JoJo franchise that actually has a female lead, and her name is Jolie. Jolie. Oh yeah. And
God! Don't make the reference.
All the music references they do.
Because they make the reference in the actual show.
Yep. There's so many characters and such that are blatant music references. And I'm like, I remember seeing one. I was like, wait a minute, what's his name? Steely Dan. I was like, wait, that's a band. Wait, that's a band. And then there's the list of musical references in JoJo is amazing. And then when I heard, and oh my goodness, when I heard Stone Ocean was announced and what the name of the girl, first of all, having a girl lead the cast for one thing, I was already on board. And then finding her name was Jolene, I'm like, I had to sit in silence for a second, and then for a silence and bit, and then I was like, clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, it just doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't. Does it? I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. If you have a stand I heard somewhere there may be a stand that's based on Lady Gaga, then I may flip a table.
Oh, yeah.
That's later on. That's later on.
Flip a table in happiness. Not in happiness. Mm-hmm.
Jenn, a character that's called Magarena.
Okay. Just be on the lookout for a stand that references the song "Keep Rolling, 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 Rolling."
Yes,
rolling,
that's
rolling,
true.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Legitimately.
And that's a cool name to have, Bloodhound.
That works.
Oh no,
please. It's not a stand with Limp Bizkit. Please,
Mm-hmm.
no, I beg. Oh, please. You can leave that one alone. There will be a table flipped in anger if there is a stand named Limp Bizkit. Okay, there will be a table or two flipped in anger. All right, if there is one that's Lady Gaga, then one will be flipped out of happiness.
It's not named after Lady Gaga.
Well, looks like
little monsters.
You really, we're bringing up all the Part 7 references now? Come on.
Well, either way, it looks like a few tables are going to get flipped out of happiness. Excuse me. Hey, flip!
Sorry, I cannot hear you. I'm kind of busy.
Flipping tables because I'm happy. Flipping tables because I'm happy. I'm kind of busy. Flipping tables because I'm happy. Stop calling. I am flipping tables right now.
So, the other important thing about
bunch.
this news
we are.
is because the remastered actually going to have 9 additional playable characters not from the original game, which means we might see some input from the later game of Eyes of Heaven, or perhaps some characters that haven't been explored yet in a fighting game. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Maybe
Not as good as a wink.
powers.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Oh, hey, nudge, nudge.
Or perhaps, actually expanding Part 8 to actually have all the important characters from Part 8. Because we only had Josuke and Joshu for Part 8 representatives from like All-Star and Eyes of Heaven. So
Is it okay? Oh my God, is Dio gonna be in this? Is Dio gonna be?
There's gonna be different flavors of Dio. There's young Dio.
His name is Dio, and
He dance upon the stage. Actually, it's Rio, but whatever.
Yeah, but then there's Dio.
Right,
from
what I
Part
say.
3.
Oh.
And then there's like a Part 6 art style Dio. Then there's Diego Brando with little monsters. Then there's Dio from another world.
Oh my God. Is there a Dio from space?
Don't
tell me, Chris.
No, there isn't yet. There isn't yet.
You thought you were going to play a boring video game, but it was I, Dio.
You disappoint me, space.
There is a God mod Dio though.
You
has the ability to overwrite reality.
I want to make a T-shirt of that. You disappoint me, space. Hilarious.
You know he'd say it.
I'll just wait until there's a part in which like heaven becomes a canonical part of JoJo, and you need the powers of the parts of Jesus Christ in order to help you gain the power to kill the president.
You know what? I bet the makers of it are probably thinking about it as we speak.
It compels you.
It totally compels you. They've probably drawn it. They probably discussed it, approved it, drawn it, and are animating it as we speak. I could see it. I could see it. Heck, if in Gurren Lagann I can see mechas throwing galaxies around, then nothing is out of the realm of possibility.
But yeah, I guess that's really it from like the PlayStation news, because that was really something interesting from like the PlayStation State of Play a few days ago. Oh, and then there was also the thing about what was it? It was a little something.
Yes.
Did he get cut off or did we?
Oh, I just muted my mic for a second.
Oh, okay.
I muted my mic for a second.
Okay. Well, so while we're waiting to see the case of the mysterious disappearing gator resolved, let's see. Daylover and I, like alluded to, went to a nice big martial arts tournament, entered the Tai Chi division. That's the one, those of you who don't know, with the notorious internet video about some wispy master making all such billowy movements, getting knocked out in like 9 seconds by an MMA fighter. So, yeah, has a bit of work to do in screwing its head on straight. And, well, especially at these tournaments, because the combat event is a form of sumo wrestling that they're only just flushing the people who insist that Tai Chi is about being so gentle you can use the force out of. But, yeah. Once you get past that, it's a good start. Yeah, there was, like, wrestling, like, such a, fast pace, like, the way the points rack up that me with my, I'll just use my, lifting and carrying job to stay in shape, not worry too much about cardio for a tournament I'm going to over the weekend. I was dying after the first match. Like, up against this guy with a scary sounding accent, and that's not uncouth at all of me to say, but
especially when you have a wife with an accent.
Shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, guy had
You're
to take
so-
on 4
you guys-
times.
You guys
With a
are so
double
brave. You guys are
Yeah.
so brave.
Like, walked out with a gold and a silver, but yeah, both Day and I were hobbling everywhere, and I think I pushed myself so hard I gave myself bronchitis.
Oh God.
At least the doctor said I had it. I went home the whole way coughing, and yeah, we met Jenn herself and boyfriend here 'cause it was out their town, or by their town anyway.
You guys
I
were
don't-
like in Columbus, and that's like about a little bit under 2 hours from Cincinnati. So, and I figured, like, bring my boyfriend Brandon along with me. So we got a chance to finally meet up. You guys got to meet my guy, and we had a wonderful time in the lovely college town.
So yeah, we've checked one-on-one hangout time off with everyone on this list except the man himself, DC.
That's right.
We got to get to that sometime.
We do. Next time, I swear, next time you guys are close in town, DC, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I mean, I would have actually gone this time, but like I said, like I told Day, you had like this theme park behind scene tour specifically scheduled for that day.
Oh, shoot. So,
Yeah,
you
couldn't
wouldn't have
miss
been able
it.
to come with
Yeah,
me anyway.
it was a
but-
winter walkout, but it wasn't really winter because it was in the 60s at the time, which
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
complaining about.
We
Yeah.
actually, at the bar we were at, darn them college kids. At the bar we were at, like, there was a girl walking around in a bikini top.
Yep.
I was almost like, I felt like myself, get in the car, Missy, and put some clothes on it. It's not that warm. Not that
Yeah.
warm for that. I'm like,
We saw a lady in shorts today,
Like,
and I'm not talking like warm shorts. I'm talking about like
like.
where
Oh, we also saw at this bar a couple of ladies, seeming like they were bickering, and then one smacks the other one in the face, and I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
standing up because I'm thinking there's gonna be a rush to break something up in a minute, and instead they like talk like they were halfway through an agreement there, and then part ways. Like, okay, so some complex negotiating, I guess.
So no girl fights.
Shit.
No girl,
Right.
no girl fights. Sorry, all you guys in the crowd that were expecting this. So
Like,
it's
I've
like,
gotten some sights though, like me hobbling around because I smacked my knee off the ground in the first match, and it had only allowed me to keep competing because it was very warm, and had not tightened
got
up
so
for the painful hobbling I knew was coming later.
I was so worried about. I was like, "What you guys do in there?"
and me not being able to lift anything with my right arm because it was like
Goodness.
black and blue.
Yeah, thrown across the room, sprained her shoulder.
Yep.
Oh
Like-
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna have to go in there and be like, "Do not hurt this gentle being here. You gotta deal with me."
They would have told you that description was inaccurate.
Yeah. I will tell you that description is not accurate.
Okay, so,
Okay, fair
but
enough.
we're probably the only ones into martial arts
Yeah.
con around here, so
Yeah,
I-
I
wait,
did
you
not
guys come back
expect
to that.
Daylover to be a martial artist.
Me
I mean,
neither.
you were.
Me, actually, I did not know until she told me that day, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What in the world?" And she told me like what had happened to her. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Did
oh
you-
yeah, she's broken a few ribs in her day. She's got a kick that she was
The
taught
noise
to rein
ripple.
in because professional black belts watched her as an example of her
Wow.
master saying, as you can see, a kick can irreversibly damage someone.
I would imagine so.
Yep.
Either way, don't get on the,
Almost
don't mess with second day. That's, don't
Yeah.
mess with the moral of the story, viewers. Don't mess with the second day.
Well,
Yeah. Daylover be so sweet because she knows she can afford to be.
And the beauty of it
I
is,
hear ya.
and that's the beauty of it is, because she's so sweet. It's all deceptive. She can be like, oh, someone like, oh, she's so sweet, she wouldn't hurt a fly, and then pow.
Yep,
yeah,
that's pretty
that's
much
true.
it.
Like,
Like, assuming she's sweet, assuming she's harmless, that was your first mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, I train to get all the points. I'm the one who trains to beat you. She's the one who trains to kill you. So you'd probably rather deal with me.
I'm not training for that. I'm not that much.
Right. Wink, wink, nudge.
Nudge, nudge.
Femme fatale. I never expected I would describe her as this.
A femme
But here
fatale in training.
Yeah. Boy, one line to get over there, yeah, because I was dying so hard in the last match. I tried to, I was not up against the guy with the most finesse I'd ever seen, but he didn't really need to be because he had a flippin' engine. He went through overtime after overtime to, make sure he got here, and I beat him in the one event, but this time, I was trying to purely out-finesse him, which kept us on about evens, and then one mistake in overtime cost me the whole thing.
Well, either way, next time if you guys are in town again with the tournament, I gotta make sure to go see it.
Well, next year, yeah. And next year I'll be prepared.
Ooh, that's definitely one of those.
I just hoping it won't take.
great tournaments.
I just hope it won't take as long because the last time, other than that couple weekends ago, the last time we'd seen each other in the flesh was the final BronyCon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's try to make it more than every 2 years.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
really should.
And also next time I'm gonna make sure I get DC along with May too.
Yay.
Yeah, like I said, I would love to actually have a meetup again like that. Like I said,
Totally.
schedules conflicted last time.
Right.
That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, we can figure it out. And the figuring is DC. You can drive up to my place, park your car. We carpool to Columbus or something like that. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
But hopefully gas prices will improve over the next few weeks.
What are you saying?
I hear you.
I said hopefully gas prices will improve over the last few weeks.
Oh, there is
really.
that. There is that. Yeah.
Okay, so that aside, the geek relevant news we've been up to, we both saw The Batman.
Yes.
How was that?
Well, I'm a diehard Nolanist, but The Batman is a pretty solid contender for 4th place on Batman movies
Okay.
for me. I gotta see
Robert Pattinson.
Mask of the Phantasm versus The Batman, those two would really duke it out. I gotta see Burton's first Batman again. That's a movie out of my childhood. I gotta
That's a class.
see it again with adult eyes. I saw his sequel, very recent. Well, I grew up with that too, but I saw it again recently. It's stagier than you might remember. It's got that stunt show kind of action. It's got that set piece sort of, narrative flow. Things are determined by what the set piece is designed to convey more than how this would actually happen. The scene where Christopher Walken gets away because his son is you got to go through me. That is really awkwardly blocked. But but okay, stuff like that. That's the one that I can't get a break because it was the too dark one when it came out, and then as critics started to say, you know what, actually that one's a lot thematically richer. That is probably the real Nolan, or the real Burton gem in that series. Mm-hmm. Then everybody realized it doesn't age particularly well, but
it's special in its own right, I think.
Age is awesome. The performances age great, but so I was inclined to. I remembered them being about the same, so I'm not overly hopeful that Burton is gonna be. I'm gonna have all the memories of the Burton fanboys say I will. Oh, actually, that is a classic, even right up there with the Dark Knight trilogy. Very pessimistic on that account. Got to see it again to be sure. Mm-hmm. The Batman gets big props because it's the first Batman movie with exceptions sprinkled into the plots of the other ones. Mm-hmm. The first one to focus mainly on detective work, and that's why they picked the Riddler here.
Oh, now that's my question. How did they treat the Riddler? How was the performance of the Riddler in this?
Amazing.
Well, okay, I actually have a real vested interest in that because quietly, Riddler is my favorite Batman villain. I love the idea of this swaggering, larger-than-life, best Bond villain James Bond never fought, who, just kind of has it, like, secretly is actually wound pretty tight at his core, just, like, has this obsession with proving that he is the best, the smartest. I mean, I feel like people underrate the approaches there, the combination of whimsy, but not Joker. Joker cares about, proving everything is pointless. Riddler cares very, very much about proving a point.
Right.
But
Joker cares. I think Joker cares to a point, but Joker mostly, I'll never forget what Heath Ledger's performance. He's like, he just does what he wants. Joker don't care.
Joker cares very much about getting people to stop caring. Riddler wants, people are always so scared that Riddler's going to be Joker light. It's like, okay, no, you're missing a real fundamental difference that gives it a miraculous flavor all its own. Like, he cares.
Right.
I mean, he's whimsical. He's, fun-loving. He's a showman. He's a,
See, that's the thing.
Maybe not a peacock, but yeah. That's the
thing about him being, or people worrying that he's Joker-esque. Honestly, if you wanted a Riddler that was like Joker-esque, just look at Jim Carrey's performance in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
I thought all the things that he was doing. All the things that he was doing as a Riddler, you could easily dress him up as Joker. You could probably dress him up as a Joker, and it would honestly still work because he's giving you that almost I don't want to say Cesar Romero feel, but he's giving you that 60s cheesy feel of what a Joker is.
Specifically, he was, or at least I think he said he based it on the Frank Gorshin performance from the 60s, which some people accuse of being the Joker with a different costume. But the thing is, Frank Gorshin, I like what they kind of miss. Like Jim Carrey's Riddler, there's almost something unnatural about it. And I don't mean his like antic shtick, like, oh, he's so forced. I mean, like the fact that he almost comes across as like stunted, like a man-child or something. Like, Gorshin, he's definitely not well, but I mean, you take him seriously, one as an adult, and two, like, he kind of finds something secretly sinister in the Riddler's giggle. Like, there is an obsession about him that, like, if you, are willing to take it in stride with the antics, like, he don't play. Like, there's a scene in his very first appearance where, he's giggled his way to capturing Robin and, like, successfully launching a lawsuit against Batman, and you might have thought that these two things weren't a good idea at the exact same time because they might cancel each other out a bit, but anyway, he's luring Batman into a trap, and Batman has come up with a plan B and not shown up, and like, now the wind is going out of Riddler's sails. He's like, he should have been here by now. What the heck happened? And Robin with his cheesy Burt Ward, or what went wrong? You went wrong, Riddler. Don't you know that years ago? Don't you know that crime doesn't pay? And instead suddenly just all the fun goes out of Riddler for a second, and he just like hunches over and he starts pacing up and down beside Robin's table, and it's like you're waiting for him to do something, and instead he just takes a moment and goes, ha ha ha.
Oh, Bert.
Ho ho ho. You're like, what's he gonna do? Hey, and then his hand like goes up, and like right then Batman bursts in, and like Riddler gets the heck out of it, manages to make it out by the skin of his teeth, and as you're still wondering, like, what the heck would have happened if Batman had showed up 2 seconds later? Like, would he have killed Robin? And then instead Batman's got him in his bat lasso. Riddler stumbles through a doorway, slams a button, a sheet of bulletproof glass drops down, and Batman like goes to get tries to break through it, and as he's realizing he can't, trying to bash on it, Riddler pops back in front of the door, and suddenly he's right back to animated Riddler, like imitating Batman's movements, making fun of him, taking the time not to get away, but to draw a question mark on the glass before he gets away. It's like, that's the kind of insane Riddler should be.
Yeah, and for that time and place and television or whatever it was, it was appropriate.
Yeah, and I was real worried because they were clearly going Zodiac killer with this Riddler, and yeah, like he does an altered voice. There are a lot of scenes about just like how menacing he is, how gritty his infiltration like of the homes of the people he wants to kill is, but yeah, like.
But there's a good reason why, though.
Well, see, I wasn't sure for a while. I was like, they're gonna do the thing they always do when in these updates that, okay, they one, either make Riddler useless, or two, they try to make him really grimdark and they try to put a spin on like, no, he's just as like twisted and scary and yeah, not flashy or cool as any of the other ones.
At least they didn't make him they didn't make him sympathetic, did he?
So,
Because they've already tried to do that with the other Joker, with the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. So
like what they do this time, like the first time we hear Riddler voicing over stuff, like when I started to put the pieces together on where they're going, they even with his altered voice, there is a showmanship to what he does.
Okay.
There is a cockiness, even in his like gritty, almost purely made out of duct tape costume. And it's like, okay, when we meet him, I mean, we don't get a lot of like unmasked Riddler. Okay, like let's meet the man himself. We don't get a lot of that in this movie, but we get just enough to, one, be pretty compelling. Like, wait, like, what goes on under the surface of this guy? But okay, enough to really make you want more. Like when he's calm, there's almost a little bit of Willy Wonka in there, like Gene Wilder version. I mean, just like, okay, what is he dreaming up in his world of pure imagination? But there's like an obsession to it, to like he can flip to, pissed off that his meticulously anal retentive details didn't fall into place exactly the way he wanted. He can, there's just like, so much going on in his head. And he has, here's the mark of genius. He has a we're not so different speech that actually does carry weight.
Yes.
Oh, okay then. Okay then. That's pretty much.
My favorite part was actually the Batman. I think.
How was Patterson's performance? How was his performance?
Oh, like I felt like, this is not going to go that well, but I was really wrong. He's scary. Like I think he was at least.
Is he a completely different man than the man who played Edward Cullen? No. Is he bad because of that? Actually, he kind of makes you realize that Batman always had a little bit of an emo side.
Yeah, this fits.
Wow.
I mean, they say they based it on Kurt Cobain a little bit, and it's almost like emo punk Kurt Cobain when you see him as Bruce Wayne. Like, it's he's saying the things that Batman would say. Like, he's in front of his computer. Master Wayne, I had to invite the Wayne Enterprise employees to the mansion for brunch because you wouldn't meet them at Wayne Tower. I mean, this is your family's legacy. I don't care about that, Alfred. Any of it. Like, just the obsession, the job is all that matters stuff. Like, he has all of those lines, but I mean, there's no pretense here through Robert Patterson that it's not a little bit mental, I guess, that it's not a little bit obsessive and such as that. But I mean, he also has all the Batman lines, all the colorful descriptions of how he fights crime. So when the signal hits the sky, it's a warning. Fear is a tool. I have to think I could be behind any shadow. It's a big city. I can't be everywhere at once.
I love that in the start. Yeah.
He's almost more animated as Batman. Oh, but in the start you were saying.
In the start, like you see some of the villains, and because the bat signal being turned on, they're looking into the shadows, and you don't know if Batman is going to be there or not. It's really clever.
Yeah. So you said Patterson. So you said Patterson is not not different than the way he acted as Edward Cullen in Twilight.
It's not Edward Cullen in a bat suit,
Okay.
but the
Thank
flavor of it is not all the way gone.
Okay.
And you know what? Maybe if it hadn't been in
fits.
Twilight first, people never would have had a problem with it.
And on a side note, thank
This fits.
goodness. And on a side note, I am so glad
Yes.
Robert Pattinson still has a career in spite of Twilight. I am so glad he's still working. He's
Like,
still
I
working
actually-
after Twilight.
I actually think like he became one of my favorite Batmans.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice.
So
There
the
you go.
The vampire turned into a bat, and he made it happen.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
Robert Pattinson, Robert Pattinson, sir. You are solidified, verified, and bona fide. Nobody is allowed to talk about Twilight anymore.
yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Ooh,
and
nice.
No one is allowed
nice.
to talk about Twilight. And if they do, and if you go off on them, you are more than justified.
yeah. Well, you know who's gonna probably come out of this a little underrated until his TV show drops is Colin Farrell's Penguin.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
unrecognizable in his penguin makeup, and I mean, he's probably not in enough of the movie to beat Danny DeVito,
You know
but I
the
mean,
thing.
Or Robin Lord Taylor in the Gotham series. I absolutely loved him.
Like when you see him, you know it's the Penguin. Come on.
no, you don't know it's Colin Farrell. You know it's the Penguin.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
he
know it's Colin Farrell.
because I mean, yeah, this Penguin. Well, okay, this Penguin doesn't go for like British proper. He goes for more like mob boss swag, and actually not even boss. He's portrayed as a right-hand man, at least initially. He's more like weirdly, he reminds me of Danny DeVito almost in more of like his crooked salesman roles. He's like, Batman can't be gotten rid of by his gangsters blocking the door. He's gonna punch them all in tanks, shotgun blasts, and Penguin's got a new solution. Pops up behind him. Well, hey, is Mr. Vengeance? You looking for me? Oz. Tell you everything you want to know. Yeah, I'm totally helping here. I'm totally not leaving out information. But I mean, he's having the time of his life. Yeah, action scenes, car chases. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
That's like
That
fun.
sounds fun. That sounds fun.
What about the Catwoman? What about the Catwoman they have? The Zoe Kravitz. Oh my! A lady who I am convinced is somehow a vampire. One of the ladies I am convinced is somehow a vampire.
We're going to be.
Her parents are vampires. I'm just saying that
Wow.
her parents are vampires. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. They're vampires. They're beautiful.
I
Lenny
can't believe
Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is like is like close to 60s and he's still hot. How is that possible? And Lisa Bonet has not aged since the 80s.
You know it.
How is that happening?
I seriously can't believe this just became the Batman podcast now. Like, you guys have been invested in this for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Like, he has so much legacy.
Yeah, we probably
All
do
right,
need
guys,
to
Zoe
move on.
Kravitz, and that's the last thing I'll try to say, unless people want to talk about more.
How's she?
Yeah,
Yeah, going on a
Not
bit,
Michelle
sorry.
Pfeiffer. What?
I went on a bit. I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh, no worries. Okay, Zoe Kravitz. Last thing I'll try to say. Not Michelle Pfeiffer with her. Yeah, in my opinion, still probably forever going to be the one to beat. I mean, she was just like so cool
No
and
one.
boisterous. I mean, she had
No
it.
one is Michelle
And
Pfeiffer.
not
Okay.
Anne Hathaway, who kind of embodied the weirdly I think Anne Hathaway is going to have her niche as sort of the villainous side of Catwoman, that despite the fact that she comes around like that, her performance based on the actress who inspired Catwoman,
Which one?
I have to look that up again, but just like the cold, bitchiness almost, for lack of a better word, even though that's a totally bass-ackwards thing to say. But how she kind of delights in her ability to outsmart people in her own cleverness and her own lack of empathy. Yeah, so she embodies the kind of what's not very nice about Catwoman. That's her niche. She did that pretty well. Zoe Kravitz is more like the flamboyant one. She has a little bit of everything in equal measure. The sympathetic side, the passionate side, the side that's mixed up on the wrong side of the tracks a little bit.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, they use her to tell sort of a full story. Like, I mean, this is trying to tell a full story in many ways. It gets a lot of boxes in there checks a lot of boxes to craft this sort of sprawling narrative. And Zoe Kravitz is, I guess, a piece where they try to, yeah.
And they don't use her and they try to use her as a love interest for Batman.
Yeah, well, they show that side of Batman. They use her to show also kind of that side of Gotham City, all its dark corners and uncouth history and all that. And I mean, so
okay, so I guess she does a pretty good job as this Catwoman, huh?
Yes, I mean she's.
I think she does a good job. The only thing I didn't like was her mask, but that's it.
Shit. I mean, it's kind of the same approach as the Anne Hathaway. Like, let's get something that's cat-like in there that she would actually wear.
But
at least they didn't give her
almost all of her.
I'm just glad that she didn't come across as the Halle Berry Catwoman.
No,
I demand
she's sort of the jack of all trades, master of none Catwoman.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, just to sort of somewhat wrap up before we move on to other things. Give my quick thoughts on the Batman, which I thought it was good. It's probably my favorite of the Batman films since The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That's a good way to summarize it. I feel it's better than Dark Knight Rises, or that's the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely better than that, but I wouldn't say it's better than the original two Nolan films.
I'm a Dark Knight Rises lover.
Love the series. Love Dark Knight. Just love all of it.
I like the Dark Knight a little bit, but only because of Joker, not because of Batman.
But I will say that one thing I really do like that's addressed in this film is like how this of all the Batman sort of addresses that he can't really just be something that villains fear. He needs to be a hero, and that sort of is one of the few Batman films that really addresses that plot point.
Ooh.
And Dark Knight Rises kind of had him transition to that without saying that that's what he was doing. This one takes the approach of, I guess, actively pointing out that, for a hero that makes that his theme, he often transitions to these heroic themes of a little more, because of his honor code and all that. So, this one, I guess, is the one that wants to readily talk about that, which this one is the right combination of something different. Would be, I guess, my 2 cents there.
So,
all right. I forget who else wants to talk about what they've been up to media-wise before we move on. I think we talked.
Yeah, I think it was everyone because it was me. It was Jenn first, then me, then it was second and Day. I guess the only other thing I forgot to mention was honestly about Miraculous Ladybug having their season 4 finale, which despite the show having a lot of controversy because of its showrunner and how unprofessional he acts in social media, they finally did something to break the massive issue of the status quo the series has been dealing with for the past 2 seasons now, and legitimately gave us a villain wins ending. The villain has won. He's literally got most of your MacGuffins now. And now it's just you two by your lonesome now going up against a super high-powered Hawkmoth with literally all the superpowers. All the other superpowers. Some of which includes manipulation of time and space. So, yeah. It's stuff like that that's just you actually gave a satisfying season finale after the disappointment that was season 3. And that's all I'm here to hear about it, because it's kind of a bit of a hot button topic of just how blah or horrible they've been treating some characters, even if it's for the service of a storyline. But now to see all those flaws come up in the end for a certain main character, and them being put into the throes of like self-loathing and such just because of like the big mistake that they did, like ignoring someone else just because of like the trauma that they experienced from like seeing what could have been like a horrible alternative future. It's just stuff like that. It's like I'm so thankful we actually got that. So I just wanted to let people know that, just so that like people like hearing about like people's opinions. Like I'm generally like neutral in Miraculous. It's not like a go-to show. I just watch it just because it's like a popcorn flick for me. That's all.
Well, gotta put some butter on that.
But also, I guess to go over what I've been up to is like I said, I went to a behind-the-scenes tour thing of a sort of theme park. Unfortunately, you're learning that like the one sort of big change is that they're getting rid of my favorite like water coaster. It's like, well,
Dang.
yeah.
Wow.
But then other media stuff I've been up to, I just finished last night Horizon Forbidden West, so I can finally go back and finish.
I've been wanting to play. That's the only reason I may want a new age console, just to play Horizon, Horizon, because I'm like so curious about like the story of it.
One thing I will say is you can get it on for Zero Dawn and also Forbidden West. They both are going to be on PS4, so
rats. I'm gonna have to get another. Rats. I'd have to actually put forth to get another console. I don't want to do that.
No, but like I said, if you just somehow stumble across a PS4 and stuff, you don't have to worry about getting a PS5. It is on
that's right.
PS4 and PS5, so.
Oh, that's right. I'll have to get rid of one of the consoles on the old consoles I've got. One of them will have to old yeller it.
But it's I said I enjoyed the game. It's a little long. The one thing I will say is that there's some weird difficulty spikes, but the easy thing with the game is like it doesn't punish you at all for like going at any time and adjusting the difficulty. So if something's like frustrating, you can like take it down to below story and just like walk around like a god. Just start taking the frustration of what was killing you. But yeah, I would say it's a good sequel to Forbidden West. But now, to Zero Dawn, and now I can actually go on and go around to actually finishing Persona 5 Royal.
Oh my gosh! Get ready for a ride for Royal. Oh my gosh! Get ready for a ride. You were in for a ride for Royal. Oh my goodness! I hope you plan to play Strikers too.
But let me see what I was going to say. Then the other anime I've been watching, I just finished The Vampire Dies in No Time, which is a very hilarious anime, actually. It reminds me because I know you've at least seen this show, but I don't think you would like it, is A Dragon Goes House Hunting.
Yes, I've seen all the episodes for Dragon Goes House Hunting, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but like better written, if it makes sense.
Ooh, okay.
Like,
see that
you're never really like the characters are so bumbling, but like you're never really frustrated with them the same way you are with the Dragon Goes House Hunting at times. Because this one's basically taking a stick at a whole vampire hunting anime. And the whole stick is like a hunter. A hunter also does his own biography, like books. Basically is forced to befriend a vampire Draluk who, as the title suggests, dies in literally no time. Like a strong wind can kill him. But yeah, it's just basically them and like sort of a vampire and saying just sort of having fun with that. And it's just a fun, lighthearted show. Then also their mascot character is a armadillo named John.
Yeah, armadillos. There's an armadillo named John. Cute. John the armadillo.
Who, I absolutely want a plushie of him at some point now.
By the way, I want a red panda plushie too. If I can't have a real red panda in real life, I will take a plushie.
Let me see. That's the main things I've been up to. Doing the theme park stuff, keeping up, and trying not to stay depressed with the whole gas and Ukraine stuff going on right now.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I guess going off the news stories, we sort of covered a few. I might as well knock some of those off, at least that we sort of addresses. The two big media releases that's happened are the Batman and the Red, Turning Red. You can't really judge the success of Turning Red because of Disney Plus. But at least critically and fan-wise, it seems to be doing well. And then the Batman has been doing well for a March release. Like, it's been a successful box office release.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Not
has
Spider-Man
been-
or really the other Batman level, but actually still very successful. Let's see.
Seems like this one's destined to go down as, good start.
Yes.
I think
So,
it just got weird.
Batman
It
Begins
just,
level success more so than The Dark Knight.
yeah, and also in general, just released at an awkward time because it was supposed to release last year, even with pandemic, and then it got extra delayed, and it was a mess. But hey, there's a whole bunch of actually good DC films apparently released this year. I think the next one is we're going to finally see the Black Adam film.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be really great.
Is that the one with the Rock? Is the Rock in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is the Black Adam, right?
Yeah. And it's we've known about him being that character since before the Shazam film. Like it's been like this film has been on like the to-do list for like almost a decade. So yeah, it's going to finally come out, and also it's going to have some other DC characters worked in there. And then let me see. Oh, yeah, I guess another media successes. Elden Ring and Horizon are been released. They're doing very well. Elden Ring, I think, is at least U.S. charts the best-selling game so far. Again, it's have to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, both are doing extremely successful right now.
Yes.
Then there's also a whole bunch of other games being released because all the games are basically coming out now. Then let me see. Oh yeah, speaking of game stuff, Kotaku is also on strike for worker rights because they're trying to unionize. It's happening. And then I guess on to the two main stories. I guess we'll start with the two main stories are also sort of the topics of the show besides Batman. The first one, I guess the smaller one is well, actually first before that, Carlos, you had that news about One Piece and all that.
Yeah, like
Let me go over that first.
It's specifically about Toei Studios has been attacked by illegal hackers, and they kind of messed up so much production that it stopped. They stopped airing like their 4 currently running shows going on, which includes Digimon Ghost Game, Pretty Cure, the Magical Girls show. I believe it was like another show, maybe for like fun that wasn't Gerege Kotaro. And then lastly, One Piece. They stopped airing the One Piece episodes right now. This is a very troubling time for the anime community right now. Even though Toei has been just awful to a lot of people in YouTube right now, like now we literally are dealing with like them having to deal with like all the work that the animators put into like those future episodes, and now we might possibly have to wait weeks, maybe even a month to hear like new updates about what they're going to do now with the future releases of the episodes.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So this is
like I hope they can salvage it and still put it up.
Yeah, like because we're talking about like the biggest like anime tie-in for like the biggest comic of like the entire world right now, you know.
Yeah.
One
Do
Piece.
we have any idea why the hackers did this? Like, did they want money?
I don't know specifically. Like it's just like very vague. It's like that the news sources don't mention about like any like declarations or anything from like the attackers or anything.
It just seems like such a weird target though, but yeah.
I mean, they are a large media company and all that.
Yeah, that's
so
true. Yeah.
They're also one that went after YouTubers and all that. So Like if it's a hacktivist, it could have spawned that.
Ooh, but
Or it
that
could
would
just
be
be people.
too extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be like what's the word I'm looking for? What's the thing that's popularized? The where it's like you locked out and all that. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like isn't it like a system shutdown or a system like lockdown?
Yeah, there's a term for it where it's like there's a specific term for like where they're hacking somebody and basically you have to pay them a bribe.
Oh, like bribery.
Yeah. It's a little stupid because I know the term, I just can't remember it right now. Yeah, ransomware. That's a thing of ransomware attack. I don't know if that was like an attempt of that or something related. That might be it. But yeah, because since they are a big media company, that could be it itself. But it could also just be like as a spin-off of the YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, and the other anime that's also been affected has been the recently animated Dragon Quest animation series.
Oh no!
So
wow.
Yeah,
that hurt.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
Like the other ones, I was just like, oh, I can survive that, and then Dragon Quest, and then I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, now you all feel it.
Now it feels.
That definitely hits different.
Yes.
I mean, you might not be close to One Piece. You might not be as close to Digimon as me. But we can all agree, like the Dragon Quest movie, your story definitely affected all of us.
That hits.
Yeah.
I will. We'll get a lot of other amazing stuff.
We will. Isn't there somewhere? Although here's the thing, didn't I hear something about a live One Piece movie?
Yes.
I have never noped out of anything
Netflix.
that big in my life. I have never noped so quick in my life.
Yeah, it's also Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the idea for like a One Piece movie is kind of more unrealistic because like even more than like say a Popeye movie because like One Piece's art style at the beginning was so cartoonishly inspired.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too hard to like even try to replicate it for certain characters like say Usopp.
Oh gosh, you could try it. You know what? Okay, I'm going to throw the gauntlet. I dare somebody to have it live action, and you're going to try and mimic all the expressions they do in One Piece. It's not going to hit. In fact, it's probably going to traumatize some people if you do it for humans.
Yeah,
because you can't do it in cartoons and anime. You can't do it in real life.
Yeah, you know what we need? We need Jim Carrey to play all of the roles.
No, we don't. Although as hilarious as it would be, you know what? Okay, for Brooke, sure, why not?
Yeah.
For Brooke, okay. And if you know it, and for shits and giggles, if he wants to do Chopper, fine. Just nobody else. No, just nobody else. But honestly, the whole thing of One Piece being live action, like, no, because it'll be the movie that never ends. It'll be the movie that'll never end because One Piece is the manga that won't end.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought Bleach was bad enough, but then I heard about how many One Piece has. I'm like, and now Bleach is like, and just when I thought Bleach is over, I was like, here it comes again. I'm like, wow.
Like Bleach is just coming back to finish the anime adaptation.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Are you?
Yes.
It's like
yes, it's coming back. It's coming back to finish the War.
It's like that one ex-boyfriend or whatever who's coming back saying, "I missed you," and you're like, "You got some nerve."
I mean, then again, there's also been some new anime news that's been popping up from the visual novel adaptations, like Classroom of the Elite getting a season 2 and a season 3.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, now I'm just like, tell me, Sunrise, tell me, Animation Studios, when you're finished with Sword Art Online, when can I get my dang Excel World Season 2?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
I've been waiting 10 years for Season 2. 10 long years.
10 diddly dang years.
Dangity dang.
Oh, and now we're on the subject. Give me that No Game No Life Season 2. I know. You thought the movie was enough? No. I need that No Game No Life Season 2.
He needs his
Probably one of my
fix.
favorite isekai. It's probably like my favorite isekai at this point. Well, then again, slime is also a thing, so that's going to be hard.
He needs his fix. Like, you've been waiting 10 years for this fix.
I'm just...
That sweet isekai.
Yeah, so...
Sweet.
But getting back to the other news stories, the other sort of the first big two, which are sort of the more topic of the show, just because I feel they're at least big enough to be a discussion on itself. So the first mini is like it was announced that there's going to be a new Pokemon game this year, Pokemon Scarlet, and Pokemon Violet.
Sprigatito, go!
Back to colors.
Carlos, you want to go over the? Oh no, he's gone. We lost our Pokemon expert.
We were friends. I was wrong. Gator went off to for that sweet isekai rush.
Oy.
We can talk about the rage about like everyone wants Sprigatito to stay on 4 legs, and I'm thinking about making a evolution where it's mixed with a spider, just to
I've seen your
freak
photos
people
of that.
out. Yeah. No, there's no version of that yet, but I'm going to make one. So every time people are like, "Oh, I wanted on 4 legs. Why not 8?"
Wait, what?
We're talking about like
What are you saying?
the new grass Pokemon. How we were talking about the meme about
Sprigatitos.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Sprigatito. Such a nice, cute name.
I mean,
It's pasta.
Sprigatito is definitely like the most popular one, and it has that cool factor in it that has been lacking from the grass starters, except for Rowlet, as of late, ever since Gen 5 came out. Like, Rowlet's been the only exception, but Gen 6 and 8 have been disappointing with their grass starters. I'm gonna honestly say that.
That's true.
Yeah, like the fact that Sprigatito is the most popular one, and if only just because of the memes, we got some competition here, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's just hope the protests will succeed, and we won't have a bipedal cat.
No, we're going to get a more pedal cat. We're going to get a spider cat. Spider cat.
Spider cat does whatever a spider cat does.
Well, I think the thing is, like, I think this funny thing I just find about this controversy and meme is it all basically goes back to how people have been so badly burned by Litten.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like I'm not even like into that generation, but even I know like how people were disappointed with Litten going to like
I always think about Ghost Rider when I play with that Pokemon and being like, yeah, it's pink fire.
I mean that's for me. I'm just basically actually referring to the anime Tiger Mask Double, just because of the fact that Takumu, like the rival for the main character Naoto, literally has the same color scheme as him, and it's literally a pro wrestling anime. Just saying, watch Tiger Mask Double. Like you'll never unsee it again with like the ideas of like Litten and such.
Yeah, good thing. I still think it is funny though, like how much that burned like the community.
Well, I mean, then again, they were also burned out from like Delphox. That's also a thing.
Oh, Delphox is okay.
No. The thing is because they much prefer Brexian over Delphox. That's the
really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, why else do you think
Brexian
was? Why else do you think Brexian was a fighter in like Pokken, and not Delphox herself?
Yeah. But I'm surprised about like they haven't announced any what's that, professor or anything yet, right?
Which one?
For the Scarlet and Velvet.
I mean, they just only did a reveal trailer right now on Pokemon Day. They're gonna reveal all that other information in the coming months. They're just doing it piecemeal, piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
So yeah, I guess continuing on with that, can we go ahead and talk about the Firestarter?
Firestarter, yeah.
The remake of the movie Firestarter, or is that something else?
The Pokemon Firestarter.
Oh, never mind. I'm a Firestarter, twisted Firestarter.
Yeah. So Fuecoco, what was your immediate thoughts when you first saw Fuecoco?
It's a cute little crocodile that's becoming a snake.
No. Get away from the Chinese zodiac. Yeah.
It's going to become a dragon or a snake. Calling it now.
Please don't become a snake.
Yeah, because that is my immediate thought. Like, it looks like, I feel it's going to be like an Incan like dragon or snake.
Yes.
But like the thing is like the thing about like Fuecoco here is like in its base form here, he actually looks like a chili pepper, even though some people at first thought of him as an apple with his face.
Oh yeah.
No,
I see the. That makes sense.
I do definitely see the pepper more than the apple.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to breathe fire. He is going to become a dragon then.
He's going to become a dragon fire snake.
Yes.
It's a dragon fire snake hybrid.
He's going to be fire. That's new typing. That's the new typing. They can be fire, water.
Fire, water. It's so funny. You have to say it twice.
All right. So like right now, like with like this, with Fuecoco, I've seen this video on Twitter that is probably like the most cutest thing possible, and it's literally like the short animation of Fuecoco and Totodile literally trying to bite each other at their tails, with like Sandile looking at the side. It's legitimately like the most wholesome picture of all Pokemon.
That sounds cute.
Aww.
Yeah,
and it's done in the tune of Super Mario World.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah, it's just like that sort of type of music. It's like, why else do you think like Yoshi's Beloved? Like, this is legitimately like you could probably consider like the Croc Pokemon to be some of the best designed Pokemon now, with like this sort of like trio identity now.
I also really like the water starter, the duck. What's that, Donald Duck?
Quaxley. Oh, don't you mean Dewey Duck?
I was more thinking about Donald.
Yeah, but like its body shape reminds me more of Dewey.
Yeah, but now I can almost make a full team of only ducks. Like
that's a brand new way. That's a brand new way to conquer the world. Oni ducks.
Yes, cute small little ducklings.
Yeah, quack, 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 quack. And you really could have your war chant be quack, quack, quack.
Yeah. It's a good question if Farfetch is considered a duck.
It's a wild.
Yes, it is.
It's a wild duck. It's a wild duck.
Based on that old maxim, when a duck bearing green onions shows up at your door, it's unquestionably good news, just not for the duck.
No.
Yeah, just use Surfetch. Just use Surfetch for that.
Yeah, they finally decided to make Farfetch not suck.
Yeah.
And also
like
make it an Ash Pokemon. And also make it an Ash Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah, that I did hear.
Oh, speaking of which, the anime decided to reveal a certain new tidbit in opening 4 now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's just say the best rival of all the Pokemon anime is coming back.
Green!
No.
Aw.
Well,
No,
I mean,
about the anime.
I feel like rival, yeah, Gary has to be the only correct answer to that. I mean, I know
well,
it's probably going to end up being Paul, but yeah.
Gary's already returned before, actually, and he's basically like Go's rival right now, but it's actually his Paul. they showcased him in the opening.
Oh,
How about that?
oh,
Nice.
like
Oh, and not only that, we're also going to get the return of one of Ash's most powerful Pokemon of all time.
Well, if it's Paul coming back, then it's got to be Chimchar.
Infernape already was showed back in an episode.
Okay.
butterfly. Butterfly.
No, it's not Butterfree.
No, Butterfree was never. They should have. They never gave him that status. But let me see. Okay, who got to
Red
wear the
Ninja,
title
Red
as
Ninja.
super? Okay.
Correct.
Ninja did.
Yeah.
Was it him?
Greninja's coming back. It's Greninja.
Yay! Got it.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like the Pokemon anime community is just like, this is everything we wanted. We were so disappointed in you, but you better make this right with this final season. I swear to God.
Final season.
Like final season for the journeys, because like we're going into Gen 9, and this kind of feels like a bit of like finality for Ash in a sense, because we're literally having Ash stacking up on all the evolution methods of like Z moves, of like Dynamaxing, and even Mega Evolution. Like he's willing to use all these techniques now for like the big World Coronation series.
Honestly, surprised that yeah, now that Pokemon's more popular than ever, they would go back on what's been their cash cow approach for decades now. Just like they have an infinite loop reset button, and they've never been afraid to use it. So yeah, that's a big case of why now, if they're really going that route.
Because it kind of feels more like they're trying to pass the torch on to a new character that might be able to continue on the series, probably with Go.
Yeah, I just don't know why they'd do that. I mean, they've been like, no, there is no sacrifice too great for the fact that we can now just like, yeah, make this as permanent as we want it to be. Pokemon is a forever and forever our cash cow.
True. Been one for 20-something years.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal now, isn't it?
Yes.
It's legal to drink alcohol.
Well, not for you.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's right, because
If you want your present, you're not.
I know.
Some say we got old and won't let go of the past. I say what Linkara said. We became masters.
And we're young at heart.
I like that.
Or, well, masters are the ones who actually competed and win some kind of tournaments. I became a veteran.
Oh, well, you got gold, so.
Well, there you go.
Oh, not in a Pokemon tournament.
Oh, well.
Otherwise, though.
Uh-huh.
Here's a bit of movie news. You know that trailer you might have seen once or twice because it was in in a YouTube ad, that Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that thought political commentary was, all the millennials and Gen Zers pull their phones on Leatherface and say, try anything, you're canceled, bro.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I take that back. I have never. That is the second time I have ever noped out of anything so quick.
Yeah. Well, actually, the movie came out, and according to the critics, no, it sucks.
Yes.
Texas Chainsaw is on a no-hit streak with its sequels still to this day.
That is a dishonor to Leatherface.
Yeah, it's one of those horror mascot franchises that possibly the only one now that has no winning sequels. Some might argue Friday the 13th, but some might argue Friday the 13th never had a winner to begin with. But
that's up for debate. But I'll let others.
Some argue all of them are good, but yeah, I digress. But no, Texas Chainsaw doesn't have any sequels that are gonna win the argument of good. It has a original director made it and made something undeniably unique, so possibly worth checking out sequel.
Huh.
which is the second one. The original director came back for that, and he refused to make the first one again so hard it's almost hilarious. He made a horror comedy with neon colors. So there's that.
It makes me sad that like Texas Chainsaw Massacre got that kind of treatment.
Shit.
It makes me sad for Leatherface.
Like, which one? The horror comedy of the second one, or the what the heck do you people think is insightful treatment of this new one?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to get over the shock of this one first. Maybe when I've had time to ruminate over it. Maybe I've had a little more time to ruminate over it. But I'm still in shock. First off, trying to put wokeness in that. I'm like, great. You're giving it a bad name. You're not only giving it a bad name, you gotta give it a bad name with one of horror's most beloved characters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure what loses on that one, because I mean that has gotta be the most hackneyed okay boomer attempt to criticize wokeness. I mean, you're that bad at going after it, you almost make it look good.
Yeah, agreed. I say there's a time and place for, quote, I just hate to say the word wokeness, but I want to call it awareness, but it's just being dishonored as wokeness. I wish I could say there's a time and place, but I don't know. I guess there has to be a good intention or something behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not the time and place right now to debate the subject itself, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody needs the Frank Miller or late period Frank Miller the reason that it is just for sissies and know-nothing hippies is because I am macho, and I say lots of macho postury things. So there. Yeah.
'Cause I'm a man!
But,
all right. Time to go back to the other big news story that happened is sort of the main topic, I would say, of the show is Crunchyroll and Funimation are fusing, and Funimation's website and content is being moved over to Crunchyroll.
What does this mean?
Actually, a movie that I've been thinking about I might look at when it comes out is the Morpheus one. Starting to, the trailers looks nice for it. Oh.
I see. Well,
it feels like the movie slash the anime studio equivalent of when I made one finger jump from one hand to the other. Hey, I'm holding up one finger over here now. Isn't that different?
I wonder which one it is.
Hey.
But it's sort of too soon to see what this means in terms of backyard into politics and sort of the office management and all of that. Because some people think it's like, oh, Sony's getting rid of Funimation. Not necessarily. Just because this sort of they chose the Crunchyroll brand to be sort of the main brand of their online content, which makes more sense because if you look up the statistics, I think it's Crunchyroll has 3 or 4 million paid subscribers around the world, and then in terms of unpaid, just signed up accounts, has over 100 million. So yeah, that's bigger than Funimation's by a noticeable margin. So it makes sense if they're fusing their websites to sort of go with the bigger one to pour content in, just so they don't risk losing as many subscribers. And and let me see what I was going to say with that. Is like, I like to compare it to like, again, going back to theme park stuff. It doesn't mean necessarily that like Funimation staff has been kicked out and all that, or they're the subs. They could still be the more. Sony doesn't really have a hierarchy we see yet of like their animation department, because essentially that was Funimation for a while, and then they bought Crunchyroll, and we still don't know who's going to be on top, or they're going to be sort of separate, but like we don't know who's really in charge. But I like to say it's sort of right now comparable to, like, give a theme park example. It's when Premiere bought Six Flags, and yeah, the Six Flags we know today is actually Premiere. They just bought them and kept the name because Six Flags is much more marketable. So it's a similar situation there where it's like Funimation could still be in charge and not really, because some people said Funimation are dead. It just means the brand is being secondary. It doesn't mean necessarily the people who are actually running the company are not still in power or getting stronger.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, because of this, does that mean dubs are going away or something?
No.
Oh, it just means all the dubs and content that was on Funimation and wasn't on Crunchyroll is going over to Crunchyroll.
Okay.
It's a transition process.
Yeah.
And they're also transitioning accounts over, which is apparently the weird, awkward part where it doesn't seem like they planned it well. Is you have to basically go to consumer services and ask if you have a yearly subscription to basically transfer and credit it.
Oh.
Yeah. Because essentially it's like they're trying to get, like, if you have a Funimation account in Crunchyroll, they essentially will give you 2 months free as like a default. But since you have a yearly subscription, they have to sort of alter that manually, it seems. And that becomes more relevant because they're not just moving stuff over. They're basically saying every show that has content now, they're going to continue to put content up for on Funimation, but no new shows are going to be premiering on Funimation anymore. It's all going to be on Crunchyroll.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why it makes it a little awkward transition, because it's like, yeah, if you had a paid yearly subscription, you're just getting what exists or is continuing. So yeah, they are working yourself over, but yeah, it's still a process. But as of now, it just means you just need one subscription to get like a lot of your anime.
Okay.
And Funimation and Crunchyroll actually has been doing dubs. Actually, has been getting better at dubs. Like, I think they just started premiering their "Stop Teasing Me" Nagasaki, or what's it called? "Stop Teasing Me, Miss Nagasaki." I cannot remember.
Nagatoro.
Nagatori, yeah, that's it. That one's dub released recently. That was a Crunchyroll thing, and then they also Odd Taxi is getting a dub that's just starting some episodes released. So they do dubs even before Funimation, but it should be even bigger presence.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like now, majority of like basically Western anime is all under one roof. Like, before it was all under after the acquisition, the Sony umbrella, but now it's all under one subscription.
Okay.
So there you have it.
Woo! It's all Crunchyroll will rule all the anime content.
Yeah. Unless they get bought up by Disney.
Oh, for God's sake, no!
Like I said, Disney would have to buy Sony in that case.
Yeah, I know.
It might be they might be tempted to get Spider-Man back, but it was this rather big buy for them, and they're sort of not doing well because they paid way too much for Fox, and they're paying for it in many ways.
So that's why. So that's why I get all the notices.
But actually, also our series that's really good. I would recommend this Vikings and Valhalla. And I am halfway in the Last Kingdom, and that's also really good.
Let's see. Has anyone ever heard of one called Black Lightning?
No, but I will look that up.
I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
I would suggest that was one of the other series that actually my mom and I started like binging on, and it got us hooked before we knew it. Like we sat down to dinner and we were watching it, and then we got so into it. Then we were like, what? 7 o'clock in the morning?
So the heroes rush the big guy, and Vesperia and Purple Tigress get immediately clapped.
I have no idea whose that's from.
I have no idea. What they
Alice.
What?
Huh?
On music.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about music?
No, it was somebody talking about a tiger or something weird.
We just heard some like background noise at some point. I was like,
Mhm.
what?
All right, that's weird. That's really weird. So, sorry for the interruption there.
No problem. No problem. But by the way, check Black Lightning out. It's pretty darn good.
All right.
We got hooked on. We got hooked on it for the first. That was the first series I have binged in a long time.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, the only problem was it's not so good when you're trying to get up early to be productive, and then before you know it, you're like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I stayed up till 10. I've been here since 10 p.m. at night and I haven't slept yet. Oh, no problem. I'll just stay away.
Yeah, Black Lightning, which is proto Static Shock. Which I actually do like how they addressed that in the Young Justice series, how they have him sort of teaching, what's his character's? Virgil's sort of like tutoring him, because that sort of was his inspiration for the original Static Shock comic. So yeah, that's the sort of thing. Yeah, that's sort of thing with him. All right. But yeah, I guess that was sort of the main news, was like the Crunchyroll Funimation stuff.
Crunchyroll will rule us all, it seems.
Yeah, let's just hope there's no more of those experimental TV shows that they want to bring up.
Well, that's what I said. That's a good thing about the Sony acquisition, is they'll probably not approve of anything else that has not already in process of being done. Yeah, because like objectively that show, like even if you take all the political stuff and all that aside, objectively that show was a failure. In many ways, in terms of viewership, critically, it was not good. I think the main thing that show provided was good reactions.
Yes.
Which is weird because objectively this idea behind the show wasn't bad. It just wasn't. This is very much like their first show sort of thing, and it showed.
Yeah. So, anything else on the docket?
Can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think we kind of went through a lot of stuff here. I got some plans for videos possibly within this month or next month that I'm planning on making, something based off of trading card art, or maybe something about a Mexican movie, or just continuing on talking about the Taiwanese cartoon.
I'm sorry, I'm going, you guys.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
Yeah.
See you later.
It's a good time to leave as well,
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Like I said, it sounds like we haven't been long, mostly because we talked about Batman for so long. But yeah, it's been an hour and 40 minutes of recording, so yeah, it's been actually a surprisingly long chat.
Yeah.
Would you know it? It's one of our more scattered podcasts, which might be saying something.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, I guess see y'all next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
Take care.